Hey there team, welcome back to the channel and welcome to Thrive. This is the game that we are revisiting today because why not? I'm digging back, 23 new me. We're looking at all the cool games on the channel that had some sort of popular following. So this game is, how do I put it? It's one of those games that you're going to stop playing depending on the how strong your computer's CPU is. This is a genetic algorithm sort of microcosms. Oh, I don't know. How else would you explain it? You play as a little bloody bacteria sort of dude and you evolve up your little species, and then there's other versions of your little species, and then you eat the other ones and you grow, and it's this sort of evolutionary, it's like the beginning of Spore, but on crack. And yeah, it's just great. It's great fun. We played it, we covered it. I think we streamed it as well, but we ended up only getting so far because the optimization was limiting us greatly to the point where it was taking 10 minutes between turns, sort of thing. So it'd be good. I remember it fondly. It's essentially the beginning of Spore, ramped up to 1 million. Now, what is this? Difficulty preset normal. Lork only. Restrict parts and abilities to only life as we know it. Ah, so we could have other things. Life origin, starting place. Random. No. Okay. Well, if that's the default tick, we're gonna leave that be. Planet random seed. Note you can change performance related stuff later. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Let's not touch any of these buttons. Let's just go. Oh, I get a little cutscene as well. That's me. I bet you're wondering how I got here. Hi, it's me, Gronk. I'm the dude. All right, tutorial. Why not? It's been a while. I'm pretty sure it's easy enough to pick up. Actually, you know what? Figuring out some of these bars and making sure you don't evolutionarily brick yourself can be really tough. There's a lot of, calories in versus calories out to this game. And if you turn yourself into some big fucking tank that actually can't catch food anymore, guess what? You die. And it does set you back significantly. On a distant alien planet, eons of volcanic activity and meteor impacts have led to the development of a new phenomenon in the universe: life. Simple microbes reside in the deep regions of the ocean. You are the last universal common ancestor on this planet. I don't know what any of that means. Okay, yeah, sure. To survive in this hostile world, you will need to collect any compounds that you can find and evolve across generations to compete against other species of microbes. Begin thriving. Walk into the club and I begin thriving. Okay. So here I am. Little blob boy. So this is nitrogen, phosphate. A fair amount of phosphate. So to level up, I need glucose, I need ammonia, I need phosphate. So we're gonna go, and we're gonna suck up all this phosphate. To control your cell, you can use that. Oh look, I can strafe, I can back up as well. But I'm a bit of a shark, right? Sharks don't have necks, we don't look back, we don't go backwards, we only go forwards. So let's just drink up all that phosphate. Oi, it's one of my mates. It's another little Andrew. Population 100. So, oh, here we go. Oh my goodness, look at this. Ammonia, glucose. Oh yeah, give me that phosphate, baby. I could use some ammonia. Well, that's iron. We don't need iron. We don't need hydrogen sulfide. It seems that I'm running out of phosphate. I must be using phosphate as a... Oh, I think it might be relative. That's your ammonia and phosphate balance there. Again, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, see, those bars are building up. So that readout might be more of a sort of relative standing of the two. Alright, there we go. I've got the sound. Press the button. Okay, welcome to the Microbe editor. Here you can review what happened during your previous generations, make changes to your species. This tab gives you a list of changes in the patch you currently occupy. Try exploring various tools at your disposal to learn more. When you're ready, press the next button. Okay? So this is where we are. Auto Evo, I guess we could press. Food chain timeline. Glucose concentrations have decreased. And premium thrivium population has increased. Is that me? Am I premium thrivium? Oh, they've changed the map layout. This is the patch map. Each icon represents a unique environment that you can inhabit, with the panel to your right describing the conditions of the currently selected patch. If you select a patch connected to one you occupy, which is highlighted with a flashing green border, you can press move to this patch. So we can stay here. Or we can sort of move there. It looks like we might even be able to move major biome. But let's not move just yet. And here's the editor. Here's where all the magic happens. This is the cell editor where you can evolve your species by spending mutation points, MP. Each generation you will always have 100 points to spend, so don't bother saving up. The hex in the center of your screen is your cell. That's me! Which is composed of a single cytoplasm part, right? So at the moment, auto evolution, total population will increase. Premium thrivium, I can change my name. We're gonna call us Gronkus Gasus. Let's go. What a name. So you can see here, cytoplasm turns glucose into ATP. That's sort of your action points, your ability to move and propulsion, that sort of stuff, right? Important. You need them. Now, so we can get more of that to turn up our, you can see our compound balances. So essentially we're constantly generating glucose. We need glucose to not die. 50 points. Glycolloid produces glucose. Rate scale with concentration of carbon dioxide and intensity of sunlight. All right, so you can see there we're not actually getting any sunlight in this patch, for example. You have a look here, we're in a volcanic vent. You get 0 sunlight, right? So you want to evolve appropriately. So a thylakoid evolution, not really appropriate. What's this? Metabolosomes turns glucose into ATP, rate scales with oxygen concentration, right? At 21% oxygen, I think it's comparing, there you go, the stats of your current place. So that's kind of okay. What is this? Osmoregulation cost? I don't know what that means. I have no idea what that means. But it seems to do, well, look, okay, so say we were to pop it down here, right? Removing organelles also costs MP, as it's a mutation to your species, unless they were placed in the current edit session, right? So once you pull the trigger and lock it in, you have to pay to undo it at next mutation. You can right-click organelles to bring up the organelle menu and select the delete button, right? If you make a mistake, you can undo any change it made in the editor. Yeah, okay, right. So we understand this. When selecting parts in the menu, pay close attention to the tooltip that pops up to understand what they do. Parts can do more harm than good if you're not considering their function, and that's actually worth thinking about. A big part of this is trying to time your evolutionary jumps correctly. If you bite off more than you can chew, that's it. You're in deep trouble. The ATP production bar on your right indicates how much energy you produce compared to how much is consumed. If the top bar is shorter than the bottom, then you are not producing enough energy, right? So ATP, while that has to be not at a deficit, essentially, right? I suppose you could probably think of it as like breathing and that. The energy required to do menial maintenance stuff as well is a component of it, right? Press the redo button. So you can see here, osmoregulation is a function that we're now doing because of that thing that we added, right? And base movement requires 2 ATP. But you can see here, the cytoplasm is generating 3 from the glucose, and then our metabolosomes is generating a whopping 8 ATP as well. So we're well and truly running into a profit, right? Those are the basics editing of your species. As a finishing touch, you can rename your species. Oh, we've already done that. At the bottom, try exploring other tabs under the MP bar to see how you can customize. To survive in this harsh world, you will need to find a reliable source of energy, since natural glucose will rapidly decline. All right, worth thinking about. Now, what we might actually undo the metabolosome and get our 100 points back, because at the moment our ATP is, well, we could say balanced. It's okay. It's not in the black. Wait, it's not in the red. It's in the black. What else we got here? Turns hydrogen sulfide into glucose. Okay, so that seems a lot more helpful, to be honest. Rate scales with carbon dioxide, which according to this patch is sitting at 9%. Is that high? I don't know. But it's viable. It also increases our storage by a 0.5 BIP as well. So the larger our body mass is, the more storage. And you can see that was tying into, you know how, it's hard to see now, but you could see how I could have one of each, 1.0 of whatever it was, phosphate and sulfide or something like that, right? And they seem to get converted at a 1-to-1 ratio to each other. That's what was going on. So the point is that if you don't have the storage, you can't just over-farm the purple thing. You need to keep them kind of even, at least the way that our dude is currently constructed. Rusty is cyanin. Rusty cyanin turns iron into ATP. Scales with oxygen and carbon dioxide. Okay, well, that's interesting. Nitrogenase. Now, here we go. This is interesting. Turns ATP into ammonia. Rate scales with concentration of nitrogen. Okay, so it seems we're pretty nitrogen heavy in this patch, right? However, why do we want ammonia? Well, let's just plug it in, baby, and just see what happens. All of a sudden, ATP production is skewed, right? 55 as well, so that's not really going to work for us. And then down here, we've got all sorts of crazy stuff. A nucleus, organelles, right? That's not going to work. So we're going to delete that. Let's see. What else we got? We can change our membrane, the way that our color, but also the way that we sort of absorb through our skin. Behavior, we could read weight as well, because we're not the only one in our species. Our species exists in this biome also. All right. To be implemented. So a bunch of these weren't in when I played. Okay, so what's gonna be the smart move here? Because we could just skip it altogether. Again, just scaling up more cytoplasm is probably not wise. It's still going to increase our ATP, but also our ATP use went to 6 and 4 as opposed to 3 and 2, right? We need to come up with the alternates that don't strictly use glucose. Produces glucose. Oh, we can't do that because we don't have sunlight, right? Turns hydrogen sulfide into glucose at a pretty low conversion. Turns iron into ATP. That's promising. What if we do that? Looks like we've got that going on there, right? However, we do, in order to get that sort of osmoregulation going, we need to have iron. So we have to make sure we pick that up. Okay? Anyway, let's confirm that. That'll do. And off I go. Look, it's little me. Oh, there's some perfectly good iron right here. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. So iron and glucose are fuel that we gotta do. But in order to level up, we need to get ammonia and phosphate. We need to fill these bars there, right? You can see we sort of have a storage that we can fill up. Ammonia, phosphate. It's not really overfilling. There you go. You can see it's slowly overfilling, but it's also converting into the actual... It's like running 2 XP bars at the same time that need to be balanced. Got a lot of this hydrogen sulfide, eh? That's kind of cool. Our engulf an object by moving to them with engulf mode. Toggle engulf by pressing G. Stop engulfing. Alright. Is that this? I can't remember. I have to remember how that works. Interestingly, we're not using... Oh, follow the line? Okay. We're not using a lot of iron, so our storage is sort of sitting tight. So you can basically have pretty aggressive interactions with other organisms. Here we go. Let's evolve. What's going on with my bit rate? Oh, I think it's probably because this game talks to the cloud, I think. Just bear with me. I think we're good. I think we're good now. Okay, cool. And then it tracks your evolution, it tracks changes in the physical conditions of the area. Like it said, you're going to have a drop in natural glucose. You can see it there. All right, so you have to think about how you're going to thrive or if you're going to move biome, full stop, right? Auto Evo prediction. This panel shows a prediction of your future population. These numbers are from the population simulation of Auto Evo. They don't take into account your individual performance. So in your current patch, you're going to perform better when you enter the editor. Yes, but you should try and keep your population up even when you aren't directly involved. You can view detailed information, right? Sure. I guess you want me to press that, do you? Okay. So population is going to go up in this patch. We may move patch. Gronchus gaseous is really killing it in there. Let's just start dominating. Let's move to this patch. Oh, what's going on here? We can use these to start messing with dudes. Use ATP to increase movement speed of the cell, so this would just generally make us faster. Predatory pilots can be used to stab other cells or to defend against their toxins. You get a bit bloody battle royale, you know? Okay. Slime jet. Jesus. Chemoreceptor. Allows detecting compounds from farther away. Modify once placed to select the compound type and guidance line color. Oh, well that's handy. Though it does cost osmoregulation to do it. Oh, maybe... Oh, I want that actually. Chemoreceptor. Modify once placed. Compound to find, glucose. Search radius. Minimum amount to detect. I mean, yeah, okay, let's put it on glucose and we'll make the line white. Let's give this bloke a go. Hey, look at that. Chemoreceptor. That's pretty handy. You get a little bit more iron. Oh, that's ammonia. Oh, okay. See the storage fill up like just amazingly fast? And then it slowly gets burnt down as it converts into XP. Oh mate, I could just swim here all day. Who's this guy chasing me? He's large. So you can absorb smaller dudes. Not exactly a gentlemanly exchange, but I think you can absorb this. So I lost a bit of health to do it, but worth it. Oh, leave me be. Dude, there's some bullies on this block. Don't know how I feel about that. Alright. Auto Evo. Worst patch. Macarian seafloor, 600. Tutorial. You should focus on specialization to survive on one or two energy sources so that you don't require many different resources at once to sustain yourself. Also, carefully consider if adding a part is truly beneficial. You don't always need to change what already works, as each part costs ATP to maintain and requires more resources to reproduce. Yes. One possible strategy is to stay a single hex of cytoplasm and just head to the surface patches first before getting photosynthesis, which we've done exactly that before when we looked at this back in the day. Just sort of any percent run cytoplasm single cell to the surface. It's cool that you've got all these different strategies. Digestion efficiency. Give me another one of these chemoreceptors. Can I like rotate this? Oh, hang on. ATP production too low. Yeah. Can I afford another iron hole? There we go. Let's go iron. And I don't know, let's put it on sort of rusty red. Search radius max. Cool. Yeah. Bronchus gases. Struggling, check the help menu. No, I'm not struggling, I'm thriving, baby. Oh. Get out of the way, you goober. Oh, ammonia? Delicious. So I like these little heat seeker guide things. They're really handy. Bit of phosphate up here. Okay. Oh, there. Yeah, I might keep leveling up and get more of these detectors. They're pretty handy dandy. There we go. Does it tell me my patch? Alright, so the Gronkus gasus is doing okay over there. Oh, he's getting outpaced though. No good. Now, membrane. I'm not sure how. Total population. I reckon the population's going to drop. Structure. What's this do? More complex membrane-bound organelles. Reduces damage taken. Oh yeah? I want more detectors, mate. Honestly. Ammonia. Ammonia's the purple one, right? Purple, pink. Close enough. There you go. I'll continue to be an iron machine. Though I'm curious about the... Oh, the iron concentration's going up at the other patch. That's kind of cool. Oh, I've coloured it the wrong way, I think. Oh, I'm slow. I'm a fatty boomba. Oh my god. Hang on. I'm starving. Right, because I don't have enough iron. See this? And I've relied so heavily on iron to generate my ATB. That's ammonia, that's not iron, so I'm gonna die. Bugger. Keep an eye on your health bar. Yep. And then you redeploy, but you take a huge population hit when you redeploy. See, and we do have a little bit of iron storage, but we're burning through so much of it just because of how we've leveled up, you know? Oh my goodness, those dudes have outclassed me a fair bit. Yeah? Need ammonia, I need phosphate. Get out of the way. Brand theft organism. It's going okay. Yep. Apparently there's a bit of ammonia in here. Yeah. Come on. Just gotta make it to the... There we go. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh yeah, Gronkus is starting to... Oh no, Gronkus is having a hard time. Cool. Cool, and so it goes, right? And then you can make your dude bigger and more complicated, but it's all about getting that balance correct. And then once you start moving to lots of different patches, and it's not just you, there's all these other species, and it all gets aggressive. Everyone starts stabbing each other and eating each other. It will strain your computer. It does some sort of cloud computing as well, which we had interrupting with the stream before. And yeah, when I played it in the past, again, it's probably going back a year. That's what ended up bottlenecking you. It's like playing something like Anno or something, some game that's got a lot of complex systems running in the background, and it gets to a point where you just stress your computer too much. But I'm happy to push and see where that limit is with this new computer. Anyway, so there you go. That's Thrive. You should check it out on Steam, put it on your wish list, that sort of thing. If you are interested in seeing some more episodes, make sure you let me know, chuck a comment, that sort of thing. And we will turn it into a bit of a longer form playthrough. At the very least, dive a bit deeper into a few episodes and see what more depth it has, especially now that they would have added more bits and pieces since I last looked at it. Anyway, that's Thrive. Team, thanks again for joining me. Might just leave it there for the time being, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.